me, Stinzy, and my good friend Moon.
That is stinky. Wait, Stins, did you see that Dark Stins guy? Like, but he was the power speed trade off.
What? Wait, what?
Did August not post that?
No, August tagged. Is that picture that August sent you last night?
Yeah.
In the chat. Tagged you
It's
on
like
in
the
the
Dark
chat with, like,
Stins.
the big
He's
shade.
like,
Yeah.
he's like
Dude, that shit
Ganondorf
is
to your Captain Thought.
It's funny as hell.
You need to fight him. Anyway, we're gonna be seeing Zion versus Chudda. Zion, a notable Luigi main.
I'm gonna call Chudda going Pit. That's my prediction.
I haven't played Chudda in a long ass time.
Oh my god! Wait, Stinsy's right. What the heck?
Yeah, he's a good starter. He like just doesn't things.
The last like 3 times I've played him, he's played Pit every game.
Really? I'm surprised.
Actually, no, he played Greninja a little.
Dude,
It actually does pretty well against Luigi,
really?
right?
Yeah.
You got these quick little arrows that you can just shoot at him from across the screen when he's trying to grab you and stuff.
I'm pretty sure Missile just beats out Arrow. I thought, anyway. Right?
Well, are you missiling in neutral?
No, I mean
Zion
Missile
is
like,
a figure missile. Oh no, he's up B. Never mind. I was thinking of a different guy.
Luigi Rocket.
Like to recover?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean you could just drop zone Nair if you need to.
Yeah, but I feel like that one also loses to Luigi Missile. I feel like Fair would be the go-to on that one, or like.
Yeah, Fair seems pretty good there too. Yeah, I mean I think Hit, despite not having like the safest shield pressure, does pressure from a little bit further away with like Fair and the disjoints and stuff like that, so you can't really get the out field options that Zion likes going for.
I think it's
need
really...
to look out for some of these. Oh god.
He doesn't DI.
Well,
okay, it's fine.
He's fine.
He lived.
But yeah, Chudda will need to look out for some of the combo escape options because Pit doesn't really have true combos, and Zion does like using the down B. And we'll see how Chudda like responds to that basically, and uses that up smash to cover that roll. Down just incomplete control of the game so far.
Down throw, up smash, good stuff. Just going for a little bread and butter there, no complicated stuff.
And he's in the ledge trap. Ooh, waits out the roll in down smash that Zion likes doing sometimes. And there's that down B to escape the down throw combo. At the back air, gonna take out that first stock. Chudda already down to stock. Ooh, and he got grabbed. We'll see how much he takes.
This one looks more true.
Good whip.
Okay, that was. He keeps rolling. He needs.
Yeah, he's been punished for rolling a few times in a row now, and we'll see if Chudda notices that.
Does Luigi taunt 2-frame game still?
Like,
technically yes, but also why are you why are you trying
in Smash 4 it wasn't bad. It's actually pretty good against the
Dude,
yeah,
he needs to chill, dude. He's rolling everything fine.
Okay, there he goes.
It's conditioning. It's game 1.
And, almost gets the down throw up B.
Yeah, but it's so unfortunate that it buffered an air dodge after the coin.
What are Chudda's notable wins?
A lot of Luigi's builds. Oh, other than that down B.
I don't know if Andrew has ever entered a tournament.
No, I think this is the first time he's playing in like a competitive setting.
Yeah.
And he finally loses that second stock, and once again he gets grabbed. How much will Zion be able to get off of this? Almost gets that 0 to death, but Chudda is able to escape. The side B isn't really working to counteract the fireball. It seems like it's just pausing him in place where Zion can punish him for it. Chudda finally able to take that first stock though.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we're kind of missing. Liz. I feel like Zion is just kind of dominating neutral. There's not really anything.
Yeah. Chudda's actually been doing a pretty solid job when he does win neutral, like getting a good bit off of it. It's just he's not winning a lot.
He's confident in his components.
Well, also he's taken 50% every time he's lost neutral off of these grabs and stuff.
I feel like in general, Zion's advantage state, I mean, it's also kind of a Luigi thing where like he just kind of blows you up every time he touches you. But
it's interesting that Zion went for a spot dodge off of that. Oh, and Chudda with the edge guard. If he gets one more of those, he can actually steal this game.
He's capitalizing off of like every opportunity. He just
Okay, hold on.
And
I just want to point out.
He was actually ready for that down B there. Chudda has adapted really well this match, actually.
He really has. He was down. He was down a lot, but
oh
that's
god.
gonna be game 1.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
gonna be
unfortunate. But
I didn't know
game
that
1
was
going
gonna
to Zion, but it does look like
Yeah,
made some adjustments there towards the end that may serve him well in this set.
I definitely think Chudda has like the momentum on his side now. If he can keep rolling with this.
You think
Hopefully
he's
not rolling
big?
from ledge as much.
I forgot to click the record button, so I will be taking this off of the VODs.
Nice.
Oh my.
You want to give Luis? You want to give like your artist's rendition of what just happened?
In the game?
Oh, I thought if game 1 wasn't on the recording,
No. It's gonna get saved on the VODs. I'm pretty sure. But I just didn't click the record button, so I have to go download it later.
But I liked what I saw from Chudda, especially with that edge guard at the end of the second stock. I think he's recognizing sort of the win conditions in play here. Some of the escapes and like getting comboed by Luigi and how he's dealing with that, I think it might be a little bit of matchup inexperience there.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like he didn't really. Well, first of all, I think that roll was really like destroying him.
Mm-hmm.
But then once he kind of figured that out, like real quick, and then he also okay, well, there's the Greninja. I'm not even
being a free edge guard for Zion, or a free ledge trap for Zion, and they actually had to play a little bit, and that definitely benefited Chudda. But we'll see how the Greninja picks goes, and they're on Kalos. Stuff's out that grab with the down tilt. Yeah, this down B. Chudda, I think he's expecting it, but he doesn't really know what to do about it right now.
Yeah,
you see him wait a little bit after sending Zion up, but he's just like in range of what Zion's doing with that down B. And Zion really likes that roll from ledge down smash option. It's just so quick for Luigi.
Yeah.
Chudda will have to be a little bit more careful about how he's landing on these shields. He is at a percent where he's going to die from up B out of shields.
Yeah, but I mean, so far, I feel like the second game is already going a lot better than the first game started for Chudda here. But there's that roll again, man. He really has to stop.
That's not big.
He really has to stop with that. Oh, he's dead, right? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Chudda really just doesn't seem like he's ever, well, maybe not a Luigi of Zion's caliber anyway, or like, you know, Zion's caliber.
I agree.
A lot of Luigis play the same. I would say Zion's got a little bit more originality in my opinion. I feel like I see him do some things that a lot of Luigi players don't, because they go for the safer, true kill confirms and whatnot. But
I will say I think Zion plays Super Smash Bros. More than a lot of Luigis I've played against.
Oh, I don't think that's true. I just think he picks other Luigi gimmicks that other people don't pick. That's just my view on it.
The upbeat gimmick as opposed to the cyclone gimmick.
Is he going to be able to get... Alright, yeah, the down throw to down B is a really good confirm, but if you DI out, it's a little bit tighter for the Luigi. So Chudda did a good job there, but he's just not able to find a way to steal out this first stock right now.
Yeah, you're at the part where Greninja down tilt's not getting you anything.
Yep.
And actually, down tilt in the fair is probably going to start working now if he reads a Zion. Especially if he reads a Zion down B.
Zion really likes this Luigi dash attack. He's done it like 4 times in a row now out of these same situations, and Chudda finally able to recognize that and get out of that situation. But will he die to the down B? He does.
I mean,
he's down 2 stocks right now.
One thing about this matchup that I feel like all Luigi players do the same thing in, and Zion is no exception, is this recover. Oh, you're dead. Oh, he didn't die.
He did the perfect mistake.
He grabbed the ledge. Yeah. What I was gonna say is that these Luigi players do this really low recovery into jump up B because it comes back from the bottom blast zone, and I feel like one thing that Greninja can capitalize on super hard is he can actually stick out that water, and then Luigi has to be in the free fall into like head bonk onto the stage animation, which is, I mean, that's a free fully charge F smash. That's what I
can't get this whole Luigi combo on today. It's really close, like 3 times.
Yeah, he hasn't dashed forward enough. He's too far away, I think.
Last.
Down throw, up B, nope, F smash.
they can't do.
Yeah, it's... Unfortunately, there's not a lot of landing lag on the Luigi up B.
Sometimes.
All things considered.
It depends on how high he falls, actually, because sometimes it has a lot of landing lag.
Yeah.
Oh, no
Yeah,
tech.
you can't
Unfortunately.
tech that.
Gotta tech that if you're gonna go down there.
Well, he would have just died if it was a misfire.
Yeah, that's true. Reminiscent to the set yesterday. God, I still can't believe that untechable at 40.
This first to 3?
Best of 5. Yeah, first to 3,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I understand
This
the switch, but I think it wasn't really working out for Chudda. Greninja doesn't
I
really
don't think
seem...
it was the problem.
Yeah.
No, I feel like if anything, Pit was really helping him towards the end because he was able to really just go off like as far as he wanted to. Greninja there, I feel like, well, one thing I was telling him actually the other day was that his Greninja isn't bad, but of course Greninja is very, I would say he's a little harder to get into. You kind of have to know a little more about the character-specific stuff to play him, whereas I think Andrew Chudda is a very fundamentals player. He
also,
good
I mean,
fundamentals.
if you think about it, I think that there's a lot that you have to be thinking about when you're playing against Luigi, and he's pulling out the Ice Climbers here. I think that's a really good pick because if he gets grabbed, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for Zion to get a lot of damage off of it.
Unfortunately, I do think his upbeats will connect better now. Because they're gonna hit something.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, but oh, okay.
Especially if he does up B out of shield. That could be... Oh,
well, I mean, every Ice Climber's aerial is plus. So, like, that definitely can stop that from happening.
Is Luigi's DP... Oh, my goodness gracious. Is Luigi's DP invincible?
It has iframes, yeah.
That's... he started 0 to nothing, Nana. That's so funny.
Well, like, you gotta do it until they tell you to stop, right?
That's fair.
Oh, it looked like he was going for some kind of, like, shield pressure there.
I thought that was gonna be a late back air for the stop.
Zion has actually shown really good awareness on how to, and it's been like 2 times that they've gone off stage, but on how to deal with the Ice Climbers off stage.
Oh, there it is. But he makes it back. He makes it back from that. Only now he's playing Sopo, but at least he doesn't die for it. Yeah, I mean, Zion, he has the timing down on when to kind of slide in. Oh, he's dead though.
Oh, that's a dead Luigi though. That's a dead
Luigi. The Sopo
Luigi.
takes the stock. Okay.
This is the up smash? Oh, it's dash attack. I should have known.
Yeah, Zion, big dash attack fan.
Here's the up smash.
Well, the Luigi special here. Let's see if Andrew can bring it back. I feel like if that first stock really showed us anything, it's that Luigi can kind of just get gimped whenever if Zion gets caught sleeping. But hasn't found any luck in neutral so far.
Oh, that's an unfortunate reverse down B there. Gonna get punished for it a little bit, but I mean, Chudda was kind of cooking something up there too. Oh, using the iframes of that down throw to get out from that down B.
Oh, up there? Okay. I feel like one thing that a lot of people I see play Zion have trouble with is that of course Zion plays pretty aggressive, but I feel like no one ever really respects how aggressive he plays. Like people just kind of need to realize that like you can't just keep holding forward against Zion.
I feel like also or also with that, people don't really shield against him because he doesn't throw the fireball all that much. And that's what's
yeah.
like,
So I mean,
the only thing to stop you.
He clicks a lot of buttons. He just kind of throws out hitboxes and it works.
Yeah.
Oh, back air instead.
But like, if he's just doing dash attack, dash down, you can avoid his shields.
Yeah.
Part of the calculus, I think, is that if you're not expecting the dash attack, normally you are able to react to that in an offline setting and just keep on holding shield. But I think if you're prepared to, like, just get away from like a grab or a fireball or something like that, you want to drop shield, and so like you're not adjusting your defensive option in time, and Zion does take advantage of that quite a bit. You saw that in this set a few times where Chudda was getting pressured by Zion with like a Zair or a fireball or something, and then he dropped shield while Zion was going for the dash attack. But yeah, I mean, good stuff from Zion taking that 3-0.
Good stuff, Chudda. I'd like to see you stick to your guns a little bit more. I know, like, having a lot of characters, you always think,
as a notable character switcher myself, look, I can see why you wouldn't be comfortable playing a certain character, but there's also like certain signs you kind of have to see, because I feel like Chudda is a big I'm just going to switch because I feel like it kind of guy. So, I mean, like, for example, if anyone watched the set from earlier, like, Sam was mixing me, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to play this character because I don't feel comfortable. I just kind of eked it out because I cheesed him. However, in this situation, I feel like we saw the opposite, where Chudda was kind of getting swoosed a little bit at the beginning of that game 1. And then he kind of just started, like, he was down 3 stocks to 1, and he brought it back to last stock. And he was a gimp away from winning the game. It was like, I'm really not sure why we saw a switch off that pit, especially to the Greninja.
I think we saw 3 pretty solid game 1s, but you can't keep playing game 1. You gotta go to game 2. You can't, like, a loss, sometimes you lose. You can't start over every time.
Because I feel like
I was seeing about tournament mindset. I would love to see Chudda, you know, if he wants to switch between sets, I think that makes sense. But I think I'd like to see him take that adjustment period over best of 3 or best of 5 scenario, where it's like you're sticking to your guns, you are sticking with the same character, and you're trying to figure out the nuances and what's going on.
Look, I mean, my thing is also, like, I feel like I'm not, probably less so than you guys, but I'm not too up and at it about how he switched in general. I mean, think that, like, the fact that he switched every game, especially when I saw that spark in the pit game, and also in the Ice Climbers game too, I thought there was a little bit of a spark.
Yeah, that's the only problem.
I think it's not so much the principle of switching itself. It's more so it felt like he was figuring things out, and that he needed like a couple more games for that to play out for him, you know?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, though, I think it's like pretty easy now to be like, oh well, he switched and like did worse. Probably shouldn't have, but it could be a thing where like, oh, I figured something out, and this thing I figured out, I think I'd be better at with this character. Like, it's not always the switch isn't always, oh, I don't think this character can do it. It's like, oh, I figured this out with Pid. If it's working with Pid, it would definitely work with, like, you know, Greninja or whatever.
Yeah.
Sure, but I feel like that first switch, I'm still really confused about. The first one especially. The switch from Greninja to Ice Climbers, I thought made a lot of sense, but I thought the pit, first of all, pit, like Sam was saying before, like, I was kind of like on my cap at first when I was like, maybe pit doesn't do super good against Luigi, but like after watching the matchup a little bit, like I feel like pit has shit to do in the matchup against Luigi. I feel like he can do it, like Sam said. I totally agree, and I feel like Greninja, if you're not going to commit to, like, you know, camping, probably not great, because Luigi, not the tallest thing on the planet. He's also, like, if you get touched, you're gonna get juggled around because you're a big fast faller. Your jumps are really high, so he can just, like, wait till you come back to the ground, grab.
Kind of my thoughts on what was going on with game 2 especially. I think that the way that Chudda kind of figured out game 1, there was sort of an inevitability where it was like, yeah, he's going to be able to close out the stock eventually, because he knows now he doesn't have to side B through the fireballs, he can just jump over them. He knows he can get those gimps, those edge guards on Luigi, and it didn't really feel like there was that inevitability for Greninja. He wasn't really finding a reliable way to close out stocks, and that really, you saw him struggle to close out that first stock especially.
Right.
I think that, on the other hand, like, Luigi eventually just kind of kills you. You're gonna touch his shield wrong, he's gonna up smash you, he's gonna back throw you, whatever, down B, down B off of down throw, something like that. And I think that Chudda needed sort of this game plan of like, all right, you know, I know what to do in neutral a little bit better now, but how am I ending this man's life? And it did seem like he was struggling a little bit more to figure out what that was going to look like for Greninja. I'm sure that if he played it like 3 or 4 more times, he'd have found something. Like even one more game with Greninja, I'm sure he would have been able to figure something out. But yeah, I think that was the questionable part for me. Was like, you know, what's your win condition? What are you playing towards with Greninja here?
Right. Yeah. I kind of agree.
A little more of him after the games. It was very apparent that he was thinking. It's just sometimes you have a lot of characters. Sometimes, you know, your thoughts go to another character. You can do something better, like you said, Dance.
Yeah, and of course, this is like, you know, I think this is not so much to criticize Chudda here. It's just like, this is kind of the thoughts that came up when watching this set.
Yeah, right. I mean, I've said it a couple times already, but I'm also a character switcher. The thing is that, like, in my mind, especially recently since I've been settling down on playing a couple of characters, I feel like there's like kind of the pros and cons to every time you switch. Like, for example, when you switch, your opponent has to get used to something completely different that they haven't been dealing with, and that you have a fresh mindset going in. Like, okay, maybe this character, I'll like throw them off or something. But you know, of course, then there's also the fact that you've also kind of reset the match for yourself, and your opponent's coming hot off a win. They're chilling, and you're kind of backed into a corner. This is basically, it's kind of like you're playing a little bit of a lottery ticket, in my opinion. Like, I feel like if a game is ever close, there's not really ever much reason for you to switch unless you think the matchup is really bad and you were just outplaying them so hard that like it's impossible to win, or, which I mean that's like rare, or you know, if you just get your ass kicked and then you're like, yep, that it's not doing it for me, like you need the reset for yourself. But I feel like Andrew wasn't in need of either of those things in games, well, in particular in game 1. I'm going to keep emphasizing this, that I think the Pit was doing pretty good.
Yeah, I think that I would have liked to have seen the Pit Luigi matchup for a couple more games at least, and if you wanted to switch things off that after that fact, I think that would have made sense to me. But, you know, credit to Zion. Obviously, I think that Zion was doing a great job off stage. I think Zion has really good awareness on how to get edge guards on certain characters, how his tools for edge guarding interact with these perhaps unconventional recoveries. We saw that with the Ice Climbers. We saw it a little bit with Greninja as well, where he was really playing around the Shadow Sneak really well, the side B. And then if you look back at the set against me, like, he had the Zaire down air to end that set. And he was overall just doing a pretty good job of harassing people who are going low. I think that typically, you know, Luigi isn't really known as the best edge guarder necessarily. He has tools for it, but I think Zion uses those tools really well, and that's a big part of his game that gives him an edge in some of these close games.
Yeah, I mean, it's really impressive, because I feel like in some of the sets that I've seen, in particular today, when he kind of weaved around that Ice Climbers recovery, which, I mean, there's a hitbox there, so like, the fact that Luigi kind of, like, he had the awareness to kind of get past Nana and then hit Popo on the way up is really impressive to me.
Even if it didn't get the kill, he got him down to Sopo a lot of the time, because he had to sacrifice Nana to get back. Yeah, I mean, that was just the really good awareness and really good execution from Zion.
Yeah, right. That was a standout to me, and the Zaire into Dare from yesterday. That was also really good in my opinion.
Yeah,
I've actually never seen that before, so that was incredible.
No, he's done it to me on occasion. I mean, it's a Luigi thing, you know?
Yeah,
that Zaire is active all the way down, basically, and you kind of treat it like Diddy Banana.
Right, yeah. I mean, against me, he usually just tries to do Zaire into down tilt, because some of my characters kind of, well, Byleth has a quick recovery double edge.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but I think for guys with more linear recoveries, where it's like they have to commit to that, like Charizard, kind of like Squirtle a little bit, but I think the edge guarding pattern has to be a little bit different against Squirtle by the nature of it. But yeah, I mean, that's a tool that Zion uses in those matchups, and I think that he adjusts his edge guarding patterns in different matchups really well, really effectively, to cheese out some stocks sometimes. Sometimes that's what you got to do to get the edge.
No, I mean, for sure. Like, look, if someone says, like, you cheesed out a stock, like, at the end of the day, like, you won the match. So, like,
yeah, absolutely.
What are you gonna say? Like, I mean, like, this is always going to be a close one to my heart, but me getting Lucina F smashed at 45 2-framed, I'm going to say it's cheese every time I talk about it, but I mean, I lost the match. It was good
victory
stuff on him.
The victory screen doesn't have a stat for how many times you got cheese.
Exactly. So, I mean, like, if Zion's watching, or if any other Luigi players are watching, if anyone gets frustrated at you and calls you a cheeser or whatever, I mean, people getting frustrated makes a lot of sense in my opinion, but, you know, don't let it get to you. I mean, the fact that you cheese them, you outplayed them. That's just how the game goes sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's important as, you know, on the other end of it, and sometimes you don't really have counterplay, like, what was Chudda really supposed to do differently about those recoveries? But, you know, it is on you as an opponent sometimes to recognize, like, okay, they have this thing that can kill me right here at like 40%, and I need to respect that, or I'm gonna lose my stock at 40%.
Yeah, right.
I think that, you know, Zion, and he did this during the crew battles as well. He was really, really good at like staying calm when he was down a lot of percent and finding these kills at really early percents, especially with like Luigi up B out of shield or a down B off the top or something like that. I think that Zion is good at recognizing when the risk reward is in his favor. Because like, oh, if I whiff this up B, I'm probably gonna die anyway, but if I hit it, he's gonna be dead. I'm gonna be up a stock.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's just how Luigi plays, and I feel like Zion has a very good mindset when he plays the game. I mean,
absolutely. I think he plays that style to you know, really, really well.
He's also, it's very surprising, because I feel like here in Best we have a pretty common thing of like, in some matches, like in tense situations, a lot of our players tend to get nervous. I feel like Zion, I've seen that kid play, and it's incredible how he kind of just sits there and he's getting his ass beat, unfazed, gets the Luigi grab, blows your ass up one stock. Just like,
boom, you're at 60.
Yeah, and then it's like, you know, bing, bam, boom, you're winning the game again. So that's how it is.
Yeah, he never plays himself out of a game. I think that's something that's quite admirable about his play. Man, what else happened? Chudda got some nice kills with Icy's down tilt when Zion went too high with the Luigi side B. You know?
Yeah.
If you take Luigi's jump and you send him at a low angle, he's just dead,
right,
unless he gets a misfire.
Yeah,
so.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, that was a good set. I really enjoyed watching it. I feel like we actually got a lot out of it, in my opinion.
Yeah, a lot to take away, and hopefully, we get to see these guys play more and more, because I love seeing the little adaptations that were happening.
Yeah, it's
between the counter picks even.
It's a good first match from Andrew here. Always great to see Zion on the sticks. Very good stuff.
Yep.
So we'll probably be back with a match at some point, but for now, this is gonna be it from us.
My match.
I mean, we can have Thug Finals if you want.
I'll round robin all of you at the same time at 8 players, man.
True.
Defeat you with